If you're ready to increase your luck, let's actually look to how science how it can aid you in doing so. The process begins with Bill Pearl. He's one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time and one of my favorites. Pearl wasn't just some pump and pose machine junkie. He regularly performed amazing feats of strength for his fans. Feats that would make any world-class strength athlete proud. Pearl actually ended up retiring from bodybuilding in 1967. He had no desire to return to the stage, despite the constant berating from Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sergio Oliva, and bodybuilding industry demigod Joe Weider. Bottom line was, Pearl soared above the criticism like an eagle, and he let the pigeons fight it out in the ground. All this changed when Pearl's longtime mentor and friend and his coach became very upset and told Pearl, quote, "Get off your dead ass and do something about it," end quote. Most of us can sympathize and have had coaches we've waded through hell in a gasoline suit for. Pearl was no different. Pearl believed in heroes, and if you don't, I feel sorry for you. At the age of 41, Pearl, in 1971, decided to throw his hat back into the bodybuilding arena, and he actually went on to win the NABBA Mr. Universe title. The contest was on September 17th, 1971, at Victoria's Palace in London, England. Sergio Oliva was expected to be the hands-down winner, followed by Reg Parks. Most of Pearl's fans just hoped he wouldn't end up making a fool of himself to get back on stage. An interesting event transpired before the contest. It is described below in the words of Bill Pearl, quote, Before competition began, an incident occurred that might have had a slight difference in the outcome of the contest. A young Belgian boy, about 11 years old, had been brought backstage to see and possibly meet some of the contestants. The father nudged the boy, his autograph book in hand, towards Sergio. Big mistake. The moment the boy got into his space, Sergio shouted something like, "Get the hell out of here. I don't have time for autographs. See me after the show." End quote. The outburst shocked the father and son to the point where you could actually see dismay in their faces. Regaining his composure, the father began pushing the boy towards me. The boy walked over, his head down, autograph book at arm's length, afraid to make eye contact. Having seen the crestfallen look in the child's eye, I signed my name and then picked him up and placed him on my shoulder as he flexed his skinny arm while his father snapped a photograph. The next time I saw his father, he was looking at me while sitting at the judges' table with a smile on his face, nodding his head up and down, mouthing the words, "Yes, yes, yes." The following day, Cecil Peck, who was actually the master of ceremonies, announced Bill Pearl as the overall winner of the 23rd annual NABBA. Should Pearl have started buying lottery tickets with this kind of luck? Well, is luck really just how some people think? It's just some randomized, as some computer generated lottery type score? Well, if you actually, believe it or not, if you actually look at science, luck is very far from random. I've always considered myself blessed and lucky. I seem to be in the right place at the right time. People whom I consider mentors that I seem to meet just by sheer luck also share the same sort of luck. I find luck fascinating. At the urging of one of my mentors and friends, Charles Poliquin, I read the book called The Luck Factor by Richard Wiseman, and I highly encourage you guys reading this book too. Wiseman identified 4 key principles through stringent scientific studies and evaluations that actually enhance people's luck. If you're the type of dude that walks down the street when it's raining $100 bills and you get hit in the forehead with a Belarusian ruble, you are in luck. So principle 1, the first principle there, is maximize chance opportunities. Being at the right place at the right time, Wiseman's research revealed, comes via mindset. Lucky people build and maintain a strong network of people. They make eye contact, have open body language without becoming overbearing, which makes people like to be around these type of lucky people. Sociologists estimate, on average, a person knows 300 different people on a first name basis. So think about it like this. When you meet someone or talk with someone, you're literally one handshake away or phone call away from that person's 300 person network. By being friendly and outgoing, lucky people maximize connections. Let's envision this. You're driving down the road relaxing in a great state of mind, driving 10 miles per hour over the speed limit. All of a sudden, you hear the blue lights flashing. It turns out to be the fuzz. Everything changes to focusing solely on those blue lights, because focusing on problems is human nature. We have to work very hard to break this habit. But here's the thing. Lucky people are relaxed and find $100 bills because they see the big picture, not the tunnel vision of their problems. Lucky people go to parties relaxed with no agenda, and boom, an opportunity finds them simply because they see the big picture. They're actually listening to people, not trying to calculate the next sentence when somebody else is talking. Lucky people are open to new experiences. If you always go out to eat at the same old rasty Denny's, how do you ever expect to find the best menudo in the barrio? You simply won't. If you never venture outside of your current safety net, how can you find new opportunities? If Brian Dobson wasn't driving on an old country road, he would never have had a life-changing experience at an old country tent revival. The next principle is lucky people. Principle 2 is lucky people listen to their hunches. Many times when situations unraveled that did not actually meet my desired outcomes, I ignored my gut instinct. Lucky people listen to gut instincts. Remember, gut instincts are not always what you actually want at the time. Joel Osteen believes they are actually put there by God. I have trouble disagreeing. 90% of lucky people let their intuition aid in financial decisions, and 80% of lucky people do in relational decisions. If on a second date you are a little creeped out, then you need to run for the hills. Lucky people take steps to boost their intuition. This can be done with prayer, meditation, visualization, or even ignoring a problem, returning to it at a later date. The third principle is lucky people expect good fortune to happen. Lucky people just expect good things to happen. How do you think Art Briles has established himself as the best football coach in America, or Tim Corbin as the best baseball coach in America? Everywhere they go, they expect success. Numerous studies have shown the effectiveness of placebo shams. From fake surgeries to fake steroids, the results have nearly been on par with the actual real deal. Good fortune can be expected because of work ethic and proper preparation. Louis Pasteur is quoted as saying, "Chance favors the prepared mind." So, if you adequately prepare, and you will start expecting good fortune. It's like the old story of the man goes to the Caribbean, gets in a scuffle at the local kick and stab bar and then the witch doctor throws a hex on him, and then boom, it's like his luck turns colder than a well digger's butt. The witch doctor created reality in that situation. Luckily, the inverse works. So if in one study, it was actually a very interesting study, teachers were told a randomly selected group of students had been identified as late bloomers, meaning they would do extremely well in the future. Researchers examined the effect of the teacher's expectation on these average kids over the next few months. Lo and behold, without purposeful intention, the teachers provided the selected students with more praise, encouragement, and actually even gave them extra attention in class. The totally randomized group of late bloomers ended up doing much better with schoolwork, and they even actually scored higher on intelligence tests. The teacher's expectation actually became the student's reality. Expectations eventually become self-fulfilling prophecies. This is a great thing if you are on the right side of it, and it's detrimental if you're not. The final principle is Principle 4, turn your bad luck into good. There is no such thing as failure. There are only results and feedback. I truly believe this. When something bad happens, lucky people are actually thankful that it wasn't the worst thing that could happen. Unlucky people focus on how things could and should have been better. Lucky people learn from their mistakes. I know I've made mistakes in my career. The key is learning from these mistakes. The objective is stay committed to your vision, but remaining flexible in your approach. Things could always be worse. More importantly, every time you learn how not to do something, you get better. Every situation is a chance for you to actually grow as a person in one way or another. So take advantage. So remember the story of Bill. We started off with the story of Bill Pearl. Pearl maximized the chance opportunity by meeting a father and son, and he never even met them before. Unknown to Pearl, he earned favor in the ultimate master of his bodybuilding fate. Pearl listened to his hunch to uplift this young boy's spirit, expecting something good would happen. The good went beyond the good deed that would have satisfied Pearl. Pearl's action turned the young Belgian boy's bad luck into good luck, and ultimately his own. So the bottom line is, I guess Bill Pearl was lucky.